So I realized that I have some aspects of the redemption program that I released in this video up here, click the info card, that I didn't really explain extremely well. So I'm going to kind of go through it a little bit more in depth. And we're just looking at the first 4 weeks here. I should be releasing the next 4 weeks, and I don't know, probably the next few videos I'll be putting that out. So let's just go through my redemption program. I'll also link it below, and you guys can just download that for free. Before I say anything else, hit that subscribe button and like this video, please. It really helps me out, and I'm giving you guys that free program below, so it's the least you can do for your good old friend Lane. So the first week here, I call it phase 1, week 1 of the redemption program. We're doing a basically 4-day-a-week workout split. You have chest, triceps, calves on day 1. You have back, biceps, abs day 2. You have shoulders, traps, calves day 3. And then you have arms, abs, and then, it's a 5-day-a-week workout split. And then you have legs on the 5th day. And then I say take a rest day and then restart the cycle. So a lot of people get caught up on, oh, Monday's chest day, Tuesday's back day, Thursday's leg day. That's not how I structure my programs. I structure my programs in an order, right? So day 1, you can start that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, whenever. Day 1 is chest day in this program. Day 2 is back day. And as long as you go in that same order that the program goes, you're good to go. You don't have to stick on the daily, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It doesn't matter. Just go in that order, right? And the reason why I do that is you can get more in. For example, if I was to just say Monday is chest day, Tuesday is back day, we only have 5 workout days here. What if someone has amazing recovery and they just want to take 0 rest days at all? Maybe they're on a cycle of trend, they want to take 0 rest days. What do they do for the rest of those 2 days, right? So that's why I do it this way, because once you cycle through the 5 workouts, I have 1 rest day and then I restart it. So technically I'm moving on to week 2 once I get to the 7th day, right? So I might start it on Monday. By the time Sunday rolls around, I'll actually be starting week 2. So it's just a little bit off. It's not on the days of the week. It's just go in the order of the program and you will be fine. Second thing I want to point out, the Monster Ab Circuit is over there to the right when you pull up the program. On some screens it might be cut off, so just scroll over a little bit. It's at the very top on the right. And on back day and on arms day, you'll be doing the Monster Ab Circuit. And I have the rep ranges there, and you basically just want to be really challenging yourself when you're doing these exercises. So no matter what it is, you want to do 10 to 12 reps to failure on these ab exercises, and that is what this program is designed for. It's designed to give you some nice thick block Lego abs. So keep in mind that's over to the right there, and I do have example videos for each of those exercises if you don't know what they are. Okay, so at the top of the program, I have rest pause as last set of each exercise. If you don't know what a rest pause is, you most likely haven't been working out for very long at all, but a rest pause is basically where, let's say on bench press, I'm going to failure. I do 4x8 and I go to failure on bench press. I take a rest pause. I pause on my last set and I rest. After hitting that 8 reps, I rest for about 15 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds, and then I just bang out a few more reps. And that is just for exhaustion of the pecs, okay? So that's what a rest pause is, and I want you guys doing that on the last set of each exercise, simply because that usually works for me as far as burning out a muscle group. But when you're just getting back into working out, and you've been off for like 2 months, you might not need to do that because you're probably going to be way too sore anyway. So kind of judge your body, and you might want to take it easy for the first 1 or 2 weeks until you get back into it, because if you start hammering it and you just go super hard on these first 2 weeks, then your recovery time is actually going to be way more. So you're actually hurting yourself in the long run by going super hard right at first. But don't use that as an excuse, in weeks 2 through 4 and in the rest of the program. Don't use that as an excuse to take it easy. I want you guys challenging yourself on this program, and you'll get the results that you want if you do. What else do we need to go over here? So the rest in between sets, we're looking at 45 seconds to 1 minute. That's going to be optimal for muscle growth, and you'll be able to bang out these workouts pretty quick. So these workouts, if you follow that guideline, 45 seconds to 1 minute between sets, these workouts should only take you about an hour to hour and 15 minutes tops, not including your warm-up or your cool down afterwards. So that brings me into talking about the warm-up and the cool down. So I didn't include that in this program, but you guys need to be doing a warm-up before you do this. So if you walk into the gym and today is chest, triceps, calves, I want you stretching your pecs on a door frame. That's typically what I do. Just go to an open door frame, stretch out your left pec, stretch out your right pec. I like to rub it a lot in between sets just to kind of break up the muscle fascia, loosen everything up. So I want you guys warming up for 10 to 15 minutes before your program. So, and same thing goes, if it's leg day, you don't have to do your chest stretches beforehand, but do some dynamic and static leg stretches that stretch out your quads, stretch out your hamstrings, your glutes, your hips. So use a foam roller. I typically use a foam roller before all my workouts. And on upper body, I use bands and I do some rotator cuff warm-ups because that is really going to be huge, because you do not want to tear a rotator cuff. Let me tell you, you do not want shoulder problems. So make sure those shoulders are nice and warmed up. Do some cross body stretches. Get those rear delts opened up. Just make sure your chest is nice and opened up on upper body days. Typically what I do is I walk for 5 minutes on the treadmill before every single workout just to get my body temperature raised a little bit. And then I go into my foam rolling and I go into my stretching for about another 10 minutes. So you guys need to be doing that before you start on each day of this program. And then the same thing goes after your workout. If you did leg day, go ahead, roll out those legs for 5 or 10 minutes after your workout, because that is going to help reduce soreness after a workout. I guarantee you it will. It's also going to help loosen those muscles back up, because they should get pretty pumped in some of these workouts. So it's going to help loosen those muscles back up so that they're not pulling in weird directions on your joints. I know for me, after lifting in the gym for 8 or 9 years by now, if I do not warm up properly and if I do not stretch and roll out properly after a workout, my joints hurt every single time. So they might not hurt yet, but once you start pushing some decently heavy weight, once you've been lifting for 5 to 10 years, I guarantee your joints are going to start hurting, and you need to get in the habit of warming up and cooling down, stretching properly before and after every single workout. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to lift for a very long time. And perhaps, one of you guys has really good genetics and you don't have to do that. That's great. That's fine. I know people like that. But the vast majority of people, warming up and stretching, cooling down afterwards, are going to be super important for longevity and making sure that you're going to be in the gym until you're 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, just looking jacked for life, So that's kind of the goal, at least for me. I want to still be in the gym when I'm 70, 80 years old. So I want to make sure I'm doing all the things properly along the way so that I can do that. So anyways, guys, that pretty much sums it up. If you guys have any questions on the program, feel free to drop a comment. Hit me up on Instagram, but subscribe, like this video, and I will catch you guys next time.